Right, it's about time that I got back on top of this YouTube thing. If you're just starting your weight loss journey or you've been going for a while and you've never tracked calories before, then this video is for you. I'm going to walk you through exactly what a calorie deficit means, how to work out how many calories you actually need, and then how to start tracking so you can work out how you can actually meet those needs. And I know you might be thinking that you don't want to be tracking calories, and don't worry, because I'll also explain why it's not something that you need to do forever, but why it can be good early on. And at the end, I'll tell you about a free 14-day challenge that I'm running soon that will show you how to put all of this into action. So let's start with the basics. A calorie is just a unit of energy. Your body is burning calories all day, whether you're sat at your desk, you're sleeping, you're out active, whatever. Your body is always burning calories. The total number of calories that you burn in a day is called your maintenance calories. That number is how much it takes to maintain your current weight. I'll get on to what makes that number go up or down, but firstly, the total amount of calories that you burn each day is mostly made up of your basal metabolic rate, which is basically how many calories your body burns just to sustain itself. Other than that, physical activity and then just the movement that you do in the day will make up about 15 to 30% of your total calorie burn. And then the other part is the thermic effect of food, which is basically how many calories that your body burns digesting food. So you'll probably know already that to lose weight, you need to eat less calories. And when you do eat fewer calories than the maintenance calories that we said about, your body starts using stored energy, mainly body fat, to make up the difference. But what's important here is the goal isn't to go as low as you can. A lot of people, when they start new diets, they'll cut calories by 1,000 plus, literally to the point of starving themselves. And it can work for a while, but they're not going to sustain it long term. And that's why you hear about people going on the diets and they're never able to stick to it because they don't have a plan that actually works around their life. What's more important is finding a small, consistent calorie deficit that you're actually able to stick to that works around your life. And the other benefit then is that you're more likely to be burning fat rather than if you're in a massive deficit, you're more likely to be losing the lean muscle, which is helping to keep your metabolism up. And when you do have that smaller deficit, you lose weight slowly and steadily, which is exactly what you want for long-term success and without needing to sacrifice all the foods that you love or having a social life. So now it's time to work out your maintenance calories. Now you can go online, you can find any calorie calculator. They do exactly the same thing. And as you can see, it's going to ask you to fill out a few different things. So firstly, your age, your gender. These are all different things that are going to influence how many calories that you're burning. So let's say that you're a 40-year-old female. Let's say your height is, I don't know, 165 and your weight is, let's say, 70 kilos. And then it's going to ask you your activity level, obviously like another important part of how many calories that you're burning. Let's say that right now you're at like 1-3 days a week exercise. So now you know your maintenance calories. We're looking at about a 300 to 500 calorie deficit, which is going to help you start seeing progress, but without feeling miserable. So we're looking at around 1,300 to 1,600 calories a day. Or let's say that your maintenance is 2,000 calories, then obviously it's going to be 1,500 to 1,700 calories a day. Don't think of this number as an exact science, but it's a starting point. And over time, you'll be able to learn how much you actually need as you start tracking. So now let's talk about how to track what you're eating. The easiest way, and what I'll get my clients to do usually, is through MyFitnessPal. There are a lot of other apps out there that you can use, but this will allow you to input all the foods that you're eating. So let's say that you had oats for breakfast. You'd search for them, you put in the quantity for how much of them you had. So that's another thing. If you don't already, it's worth weighing out the individual foods that you're cooking. I know I've said in videos before that a lot of people are probably putting way more calories in their food than they realize with the things like the oils, definitely the fattier foods, but even like carbs as well. If you're not weighing them out, you're probably having way more than you think you are. So it's worth weighing them. And then, yeah, in the app, you're able to put in how much you had, and then you can see how many calories that you're having. I would recommend, if you're new to this, then just try tracking everything that you eat for 1 week. And it's important initially, and I'll always tell clients when they start doing it, is don't worry about changing too much initially. It's more at first just to gain awareness around what you're currently eating, and then you can start to make small adjustments as you go on. And you'll also be surprised at how quickly you start to realize what certain foods add up to and how they're way more calories than you thought they were. And it's this knowledge that will help you make better decisions, but also still allow the foods that you enjoy. Now, the part that I think a lot of people don't talk about is that calorie tracking isn't something that you need to do forever. I like to treat it as more of a learning tool. And once you understand your habits and portion sizes, you're able to move more towards eating mindfully and intuitively. Because if you start to eat the same meals or similar meals each day, you kind of know like roughly how much you need in a day to meet your needs. But But then it might be worth now and again, if you sort of fall off track, you hit a plateau or whatever it is, it might be worth going back to tracking, but it's not something that you need to do forever because it can be annoying getting stuck to this thing all the time. A few common mistakes that people make when they start tracking is cutting calories way too hard, and they think that faster is better. I know I went into this before, but this is going to make you tired, hungry, and frustrated, and it's never going to last. The second mistake is forgetting drinks and sauces again. Now, these are the small things that you might forget to track, but the calories add up really fast if you're not mindful of them. And we're talking literally hundreds of calories a day. The third mistake is being inconsistent at the weekend, because you could be well on track with your calories all week and it gets to the weekend and you're not tracking and suddenly you're going for all the snacks and you're out for meals and you're out with friends and you're drinking, and suddenly you could be thrown off by like thousands of calories and you're not even aware of it. I will never say that you can't eat the chocolate, the cakes, the wine, whatever you enjoy having, you can have it, but it is important to be mindful, because even on just say one day, if you go way above your calories, you can blow your whole calorie deficit for the week. And the fourth important point is to avoid focusing on just the calories. The quality of your diet also matters. So making sure that you get the protein in, getting in fruit and veg, and actually those things will help you stick to your calories anyway. So I hope you found this useful, and I definitely recommend, if you've never tracked them before, just to do it for a week. Just try it, measure all the food that you have and literally every little thing, and just see how much it adds up to, and you'll be surprised. Now, if this all sounds helpful but you'd like some help putting it into practice, in 2 weeks' time as I'm recording this, so on the Monday the 10th of November, I'm running a free 2-week fat loss challenge designed specifically for women, where I'll walk you through exactly what you need to do across 2 weeks to drop 1 to 2 kilos, improve your eating habit, and learn how to stay on track across the winter. Within it, you'll get personalized programs to follow in the gym through an app. You'll get nutrition coaching to help teach you how to build better eating habit. And probably the best part is you get access to our WhatsApp group where you can interact with other women on the exact same journey, and you're able to share your wins and your struggles so you never feel alone. If this sounds like something that you're interested in, just go to my Facebook or my Instagram and just DM me the word challenge and I'll send you all the information. If you found this video useful, drop a like, subscribe, because there will be more videos like this coming. I know I've been putting off YouTube for a while, but I'm gonna get more consistent with it now. And leave a comment to let me know, have you tracked calories before or have you always just winged it?